Commanders Fan News Today, the channel where every decision becomes history and every rumor could spark a revolution. Before anything else, smash that like button, subscribe to Commanders Fan News Today, and turn on the notification bell, because here you're not just a spectator. You're part of the rebuild. You're part of the revolution. Have you ever stopped to think about what truly separates an average team from a dynasty? Maybe it's not the millions invested, not the headlines. Maybe the secret lies in the eyes of those who see what others miss in plain numbers. And that is exactly what's happening in Washington. Adam Peters isn't just signing players. He's decoding the future. And while the NFC East still sleeps, we're building an invisible wall that will reshape this franchise's destiny. Like this video, subscribe to Commanders Fan News Today, and turn on notifications, because what you're about to hear isn't on ESPN. It's not on NFL Network. It's here. David Ohabo was forgotten. A first-round talent whose path was frozen by injury. But what the world forgot, Peters remembered. 11 sacks in 12 games. Before his Achilles injury, Ohabo was pure destruction. Baltimore may release him. And what some see as trash can be gold for those who know how to refine it. Washington doesn't need Ohabo to be a savior. It needs him to be the spark. A rotation with Dominique Hampton. Relentless pressure. A hunger that's been building. Imagine the nightmare for any offensive coordinator. You dodge the hammer and get hit by the thunder. Ohabo is starving to prove he hasn't been forgotten. And the culture we're building in Washington could be the perfect stage for his silent revenge. While everyone debates rankings, regression, and penalties, few truly see what's right in front of them. Tunsil hasn't lost talent. He lost motivation. Now he's here. On a team with direction. With Jaden Daniels. With a plan. Do you really think a 5-time Pro Bowl tackle with a perfect blend of technique, agility, and violence will flop in a team starved for wins? The critics are just fuel. Because a motivated monster is an unstoppable monster. You want to know the real secret? It's not about Ohabo. It's not about Tunsil. It's about the philosophy Adam Peters has instilled in this team. For 10 years, Washington ignored the trenches. Now, every inch of the offensive line has been rebuilt with surgical precision. Josh Connerly Jr. in the first round. Tunsil on the blind side. Biadas at center. Allegretti. Coleman. W.Y. Real depth. Versatility. Long-term intelligence. Even an injured UDFA like Tim McKay is being shaped as part of the future. This isn't luck. This is championship architecture. We will never again see our quarterback sacrificed. We'll never again be the team trying to make it work with bargain bin parts. We will never be forgotten again. What's happening in Washington isn't just a rebuild. It's a DNA shift. Do you believe Ohabo can transform here? Do you think Tunsil will silence the critics? Can you see the greatness behind Peters' plan? Comment below, because this channel is more than just opinion. It's where fans become the main characters of the rebuild. If you believe in this new chapter, hit like, subscribe to Commanders Fan News Today, and turn on the bell, because when Washington lifts that trophy, we'll remember who believed first. Commanders Fan News Today, the channel where the rebuild is told as it deserves, with truth, emotion, and the soul of a fan. Washington, D.C. In a league where most franchises stick to tired formulas and recycled speeches, the Commanders are breaking away from the past and writing a new chapter of identity, aggression, and forward vision. After years in the shadows of the NFC East, Adam Peters' work is starting to look like a silent revolution, and the league is taking notice. What once seemed like just another offseason with random additions is now revealing itself as a deep mental shift. It's not just about the players signed. It's about building a new foundation for a dynasty that refuses to be born fragile. Internal sources and expert analysts have confirmed Washington has its eyes on David Ohabo, the pass rusher who once terrorized quarterbacks at Michigan and is now, after his battle with injury, re-emerging as a bold, visionary gamble. Ohabo, once considered one of the top defensive talents in the 2022 draft before tearing his Achilles, may be on the verge of getting a second chance, and there's no better team to offer it than the Commanders. According to Anthony Palacios of Last Word on Sports, Washington would be the perfect environment for not just Ohabo's physical recovery, but also his emotional and symbolic rebirth. And it makes perfect sense. Here, he'll find time, rotation, and a defensive system ready to embrace him as a key cog in a ferocious machine. Adam Peters knows what he's doing, and when he pays this much attention to a player, it's because there's potential that goes beyond the obvious. On the offensive side, the arrival of Laramie Tunsil continues to divide opinions, but among those who understand the game beyond stats, the answer is clear. This is a masterstroke. Tunsil is more than just a left tackle. He's the guardian of Jaden Daniels' future. A Pro Bowl caliber player who only needs a stable, competitive, and ambitious environment to return to his peak. Yes, people talk about penalties. Yes, there are concerns about inconsistency. But others see what ESPN, NFL Network, and mainstream outlets are hesitant to say. When motivated, Tunsil is a top 3 tackle in the league. And he is motivated. Now he finds himself in a new scenario. With a promising quarterback. With a clear plan. With a revamped offensive line built for victory. You can't ignore what's happening on the Commanders' O-line. Even with Sam Cosmi's injury, the entire unit was rebuilt with a clear and ambitious logic. Prioritize quality, youth, and depth like never before. Biadas, Allegretti, Coleman, W.I., Connerly Jr., even UDFA Tim McKay. All part of a strategy that's about more than patching holes. We're talking about a plan that looks to 2024, but also to 2030. Peters' message is clear. Washington will never be weak in the trenches again. The days of improvisation are over. Now it's time to shield Jaden Daniels with technique, agility, and violent contact. This is the philosophy taking shape in Ashburn. A culture that knows how to refine talent, revive underdogs, and say no to cheap, disposable solutions. While rivals still question whether the Commanders' rebuild is real, we here at Commanders Fan News Today already see what's forming, a winning culture where players like Ohabo can be reborn and legends like Tunsil can flourish. This is no longer the team of improvisation. It's a team of intelligent reconstruction, strategic caution, and bold precision. A team that learned from its pain and is now scripting its rebirth with blood, sweat, and real talent. If you feel something great is being born, you're right. If you believe David Ohabo deserves this chance, comment below. If you trust Tunsil will shut the critics up, we want to hear your voice. If you thrill with every step of this franchise's rebirth, this channel is your home. Like the video, subscribe to Commanders Fan News Today, and ring the bell, because here the fans are the protagonists. And the new era has already begun. Commanders Fan News Today, the channel where the voice of the stands becomes headline news and love for Washington turns into journalism with soul. As a Commanders fan, today I'm not here just to report. I'm here to declare, with the full weight of emotion from years of following this team, that what we're living now is historic. It's transformative. It's personal. Do you know what this means for me, for you, and for every fan who's cried, screamed, suffered, and believed when no one else did? It means we finally have an architect leading this franchise. A visionary. A man named Adam Peters. It's no exaggeration. And if you've lived through what we have, wasted seasons, broken promises, O-lines collapsing like wet paper, you understand why this hits so hard. David Ohabo represents every athlete who fell, but refused to stay down. He reflects the fan who kept going to the stadium knowing defeat was likely. If he wears our jersey, it won't just be for talent. It'll be for character. For grit. For redemption. And if there's one fan base that understands rising by sheer will, it's us, the Burgundy and Gold. Laramie Tunsil is arriving in Washington not to prove anything to anyone, but to crush every doubt the world dared to raise about him. And as a fan, I'm tired of seeing our offensive line be a laughingstock, of seeing our QBs beaten like training dummies. Not today. Today is different. Today, we have a heavyweight name, a wall, a gladiator. Tunsil will protect Jaden Daniels like he's guarding the future of this entire franchise. I've seen Peters reject outdated formulas. I've seen him rebuild this O-line with brain, bravery, and vision. More than that, I've seen him treat every decision like a seed for legacy. We're not just building a roster. We're assembling an army. This offensive line, this defensive front, this young group. This is the beginning of something our children will call history. Do you feel what I'm feeling? Do you believe Ohabo can be Comeback Player of the Year? Do you feel in your bones that Tunsil will be the lion that guards our fortress? Can you see, way ahead, this group lifting a trophy with the soul of an entire fan base? Then comment. Shout with me. If you believe this is our moment, smash that like, subscribe to Commanders Fan News today, and turn on the bell, because here, emotion isn't optional. It's the fuel of our faith. And if you ask me now, as a Commanders fan, what I feel, I'll tell you with all my heart, hope. But not that fragile, delusional hope. It's hope forged in sweat, pain, and patience. It's hope with a name, a face, and a plan, Adam Peters. Because after all we endured, the years of darkness, the unprotected QBs, the Sundays of frustration, seeing what's being built in Washington is like breathing again. And it's not just about individual talent. It's about collective vision. It's about each piece Peters is placing with purpose, like assembling a puzzle where every player is not just a pick, but an identity. David Ohabo may seem like just another name to casual fans skimming headlines. But to me, he's the embodiment of second chances. He represents that 22-year-old who had every reason to give up and chose to write a new story. And if that story begins here in Washington, it could become legend. I see more than a blindside protector. I see a gladiator rising for Houston's ruins and entering a new arena where he'll finally be valued, respected, and feared again. This man will guard Jaden Daniels with the fury of someone settling scores with the past. And as a fan, I confess, I can't wait to see the first snap, the first block, the first furious stare as he slams a pass rusher to the ground. Before, we begged for reinforcements. Now we debate which move is most strategic. Before, we hoped the O-line wouldn't collapse. Now we dream it could be one of the best in the NFL. Before, other teams resurrected talents. Now it's us giving Ohabo a second chance. This, my friends, is redemption. It's a rebuild that doesn't just remake a roster. It restores an entire fan base's faith. Because when the Commanders reach the playoffs, when Jaden Daniels throws touchdowns in January with a clean pocket, when Ohabo and Hampton rotate as predators in the backfield, you'll remember this video, this feeling, this community. If you felt that in your chest, hit like, subscribe to Commanders Fan News today, and ring the bell, because here passion has a voice, and that voice is all of us. Comment below. Do you believe this is our year? Do you see this project as the turning point? I want to hear from you, because this fan base deserves to be the hero of its own story.